Talking biscuit boy proud. Static crackles like a rattlesnake's tail. Voices rolling like a freight train wheel. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Gravy drips in the southern drawl. Stories thick like the cypress tall. Radio rebels riding wild and free, shouting truths like a storm at sea. Hey, hey, can you feel that beat? Boots on the floor, fire in the heat. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Tales of dirt roads, whiskey skies that cut through the night like fireflies. Laughter echoes through the pines, two voices cross them county lines.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Happy Saturday here on this May the 2nd, I guess it is.
May the 2nd, yeah.
May the 2nd. And
It is a May Day.
it is a May Day. And Cinco de Mayo will be coming up.
Yeah.
What is that, May 5th, I think?
Cinco.
Yeah, that's right. Cinco de
Dos,
Mayo,
tres,
duh.
cuatro, cinco.
But I don't really technically celebrate that. But a lot of people just use it for a good excuse to go out for eating and other activities.
Yes, they do.
Probably don't even know what it even stands for or
It's
means.
just the 5th of May. Cinco de Mayo.
You know, it don't take much for people, humans, to get excited about, any celebration that involves food or alcohol. And there's a lot of people in the world that are all in, even here in America. They're all in.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it on. I mean, when you think about July 4th or some holiday, it's all about cookouts and beer in the cooler. I mean, for a lot of people, I don't do that, but a lot of people, that's what they think about. It's party time,
We're going to have, not this weekend, not next weekend, but the weekend after that. We're going to have a get together at the house that weekend and have a cookout and all that good stuff. You're invited. And
Awesome.
We're going to have our neighbors over and just have a good time.
I look forward to that.
Meet and greet.
meet and greet. And Howie enjoying all of that.
Oh yeah, and Winston will probably be there, which
Good.
is Howie's best friend.
Good morning, Paula, from Instagram. We appreciate you for stopping
Good
by.
morning.
God bless you. Hope pray all is well with you this morning. And it's a beautiful day. It's cooler.
Oh yeah.
I'm wearing a new hoodie. I got in some stuff from one of the race teams.
Yeah.
In fact, our friends up in West Virginia got a nice shirt and hoodie in, and help support small business. And
yeah.
those are great guys. I love those guys.
I want to tell you what, we have been so blessed, on the racing show to well, not just the racing show, but the racing show in particular. We have really developed some good relationships with people.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
They're really exciting.
Just awesome people who are just good Americans.
They are,
and they're stand-up people, and they're good, big-hearted people, and they play hard, but they pray hard, and they just they live life, and they love life.
Work hard, play hard. Right?
Yeah, man, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed being around them, and they're blessed. Matter of fact, and I need to give you one of these, Paul. But Dean brought us in. We're going to have the Reed family racing in. There's one of the young men. There's one
That's
of
the youngest one.
And then here's the oldest one.
Yeah, and he has got some big things in store.
He does.
They both do.
Those are yours, man.
Thank you.
Take those with you. Dean got those for us when he was there.
That is awesome.
So we're going to have to hang these up in the studio. These young men, they live right in the area.
They even signed them.
Yeah, they live right in the area. And they're awesome people. And look forward to having them in studio. I think that's going to be May 25th or something like that they are booked. They're going to be live in the studio. Y'all pray for and by the way, we done got talking and forgot. Paul's got a scripture to read.
Oh, I was about to bring that up.
Okay.
I'm not going to let it go. It's something that we've kind of got away with or away from, but we're definitely going to start this. But this morning, it's just a single verse, Proverbs 27, verse 1. It says, "Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth."
Amen.
And is that not the truth? You never know what a day is going to bring.
We lived that Sunday. I mean,
yes.
It was, you just did not know that, my wife was going to pass away. I mean, she was in bad health, but we didn't know it was going to, we thought we had all this time.
Yep.
And it just happened. So,
well, the Lord gives, the Lord takes away. And, that's his right.
It is.
He is our God.
Heaven gets sweeter.
That's exactly right.
Grand reunion,
We will have that grand reunion.
So I love the verse. Thanks for reading that.
It's my privilege.
We and a lot of the people, not everybody, but I think most, I would say it's probably not 100%, but most of the people that we have on the program or interview or anything, they're all Christians. I mean, everybody's a believer. And we're thankful for that. And hopefully the program will be a ministry for others, out there in the world that can get some of that light shining through us, out to the world. There's so many hurting people out there, man.
There are, and we live in a society that I call it the microwave society. It's just instant gratification. Everybody's looking for instant gratification, and they've forgotten what patience is. And that's what the Lord tells us: be still and know that I am the Lord.
Amen.
And you can't hear him if you're not still.
Yeah, you got to find those times of meditation, contemplation, prayer, all that. You got to find time for that.
Have you ever heard the Lord audibly speak to you?
I have. And some
I
people
have as well. And
some people say they've never heard that, but I have.
Well,
and it has happened for sure twice in my life, maybe three, but I know of two for sure.
Right.
Without a doubt.
I told you that there is one dream that I have had in my life that I never will forget. And it was back right after my grandfather passed away back in 1996, I believe it was.
Okay.
somewhere around in that area. I was working for Synthetic Industries at the time, and I had this dream that I was living in the first house that I had over in off Highway 58, and I was asleep upstairs in my bedroom, and I heard this noise, and then I heard the front door open and somebody run up the steps, and my bedroom door burst open, and my grandfather runs in.
Wow.
My grandfather was crippled. He was in a wheelchair, when he passed away.
Yeah.
But he was running up those steps, and he burst through the door, and he looked at me and he said, "Son, you ready to go home?"
Oh, wow.
And I woke up. And I never will forget that, because I know that was him after the fact saying, "You need to get your heart right." And it wasn't too long after that I did. And
Amen.
I praise the Lord for you helping me find my way.
And we're all hands and feet of Jesus, vessels of honor, hopefully.
Amen.
I was at a red light once, and I'm just looking straight ahead. Sometimes, you're in a light. I learned after this to really kind of take that little brief split second and pay attention to traffic, make sure it's stopping.
Right.
But I was up here, it's not far from the house, up here in a major intersection. I was getting ready the light turned green, and I moved my foot to go to the gas, and voice said, "Stop," very loud. And I put my foot back on the brake. The guy behind me laid on the horn. All right, this all happened like bam, bam, like
right.
Move the foot, stop, guy, foot back on brake, stop. And at that very moment, an 18-wheeler who had never pulled out the gas, he come by at about 65 or 70 miles an hour.
It would T-bone you.
And when that happened, I just looked back at the guy, and the guy put his head down like, "Oh, sorry." Because if I had pulled out, I most likely would not be alive today.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, and I'm thankful I had all those years, but I will never forget that. I mean, it was like, "Oh, yes, just obey," right away, like, "Stop," like, because I was going to go.
We were over here, me and a buddy of mine were coming down 3 Notch right before Boynton Drive over here one day. And where 3 Notch comes out, it's a 4-way stop right there. Well, he started to go. He pulled up and stopped me. I said, "Stop." And he didn't know why I said stop, but he hit his brakes. And when he did, this old man, that he never touched his brakes, came through that stop sign running about 45, 50 miles an hour. And if he had kept going, that guy would have hit me. He would have T-boned me right in the side. And he said, "How did you know he wasn't going to stop?" I said, I never saw his front end drop.
Wow.
Because I watch for stuff like that. I mean, you have to.
You do. You got to be paying attention to that. Good morning to my brother. Good morning to
Daniel.
You. Thanks again for being there for us, helping move a precious saint.
Yes.
Over the last couple of days, and what a blessing. Appreciate that, and I hope you're having a great day.
I love your little nephew too, by the way, Daniel's son.
Yeah.
What a boy. The apple didn't fall far from the tree on that.
Oh, yeah. I was watching him play a lot. I hadn't had a chance to be around him that much. We're all busy and working and everything, but I hear a lot through the sisters, and but I've been around him a little bit. Funeral homes, sadly, and but yeah, and his daughter, youngest daughter, wasn't there either. I don't think
she was at visitation.
Okay, she's a hoot.
Yeah, she is too.
I was so busy at visitation, man. I couldn't turn around, man, and I'm thankful for that. God bless everybody that came out. Yeah, God bless you, man. I thank you for that.
Most definitely.
We appreciate it, but yeah, I was, you can only give what you can give. Tiredness, my little buddy. Oh, he spilled something. He didn't spill much, but he was like, I spilled.
Hey, I would tell you what, this is how tough he is. They were out there running around the parking lot, running around the cars and everything. And him and another little kid busted it. I mean, they popped heads.
Man,
pretty hard. He just stood back, kind of shook his head. The other kid hit the ground squalling. And he's, running back around, got a big red knot on his head. And then the day of the funeral, it was bruised. You can see that big round knot on his head. And he was like, "Yeah, I got him." It was hilarious.
Us Cordell's got some hard heads. Sometimes that's to
you.
our detriment, man. But we are hard headed.
He's a tough kid.
Reminds me of that little. What was that? The movie Steve Martin, where Parenthood, I think it's called, and he. You remember the little kid that would put the bucket on his head and would run into stuff, and they would the uppity sister-in-law or whatever. Right. He's like, he just does that. Like, we can't make him stop. He's just like bashing the wall with his head, But that's a Cornell. That would be a Cornell move right there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a Cornell hard head. Well, we've all done that spiritually as well as physically. Banging our heads. That song was probably written for us, bang your head,
yeah.
Because we have banged our heads against a lot of things.
Headbanger's ball.
Yeah, the Headbanger's Ball. That's right. Hey, I was a fan. I used to watch the old Headbanger's Ball.
Yeah, me too.
There's a Facebook group called Headbanger's Ball, and I followed it, and it pops up all these old pictures and stuff, and It's pretty cool to think back in the day and some of the bands. And I go back, there's some videos too, and go back and watch some of the early videos and stuff. That makes me feel old, but it was fun to see that. But yeah, I hit my head on the playground when I was in elementary school pretty hard. It was one of those jungle gyms or something like that, and I didn't get down enough on one of the moves I did on it, and I plowed my head into that thing, man. I had a big old horn.
Brother, I could give you some stories about hitting your head. I knocked a horse out with my head. We both went down.
Okay, I have to ask, how did you hit a horse's head with your head? How did that happen?
Well, I was on his back, and he was trying to throw me off. And my head went down about the time his came up, and I hit him right in the back of the head right there, and his legs wobbled, and he went down. I fell off. It knocked me out completely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's just, I've got all kinds of stuff. I've told you, I've had close to 30 concussions.
Good grief. So did you wake up, come to, and the horse is sitting there shaking his head like?
Yeah, he was still standing there over me, and I came to and got up, got back on him. He didn't try to throw me off. Yeah.
I've never heard anybody said they got knocked out and knocked each other out with a horse.
Yeah, he was a 2-year-old, and he was literally he was a 2-year-old little stud horse that I was breaking. But I'd been working with him in the round pen, and I'd thrown a saddle on him. He didn't like that saddle. Man, he didn't like that saddle.
As someone who I've not been around horses a lot, love horses, never been around them that much, rode them a couple of times.
I broke hundreds of them.
Well, and that's what I want to ask you about is the breaking of the horse. How long does that typically take to break a horse?
It depends on the horse.
Depends on the hard-headed horse.
Breaking a horse is basically gaining the horse's trust.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The horse has to trust you. If the horse don't trust you, you're not going to break it. You have to gain their trust.
Well, how long? For just say typical, just an average lazy daisy horse, is it in one day or does it take days? Or
no, I would work with a horse in a round pen for no less than 2 weeks.
Because you see the movies and TV shows, they break a horse in 5 minutes or something.
No, you get the horse out and you start him in a round pen, and what you're doing is getting the horse to listen to you. You're gaining that horse's trust because he's scared when you get in there. He doesn't know what he's supposed to do. So you get him going around in a circle, and you stop him, then you make him go back around, and then you turn your back on him. And
Wow.
not all at first, but eventually you turn your back on him, and when he comes up behind you, he's wanting to know, what do you want me to do? And he'll come to you. At that point, you're gaining his trust, and then you can put a blanket or a saddle on him and get him used to feeling that weight on his back. Okay, work him around the round pen, and just keep doing the same things. You're gaining trust the whole time. Then eventually, you got to get on his back, and they'll do one of two things: they'll freak out, take off, and start bucking, trying to throw you off, or they will just stand there. I've had them just stand there.
So when they walk up behind you, you're not afraid they're going to bite you on the.
Oh, I've had them bite me before. I've had them kick me. I've had them do all kinds of
I mean, that whole idea of walking up behind me, I mean, that would be like, okay, this would be freaky.
But you have to gain their trust, and everybody's different. I mean,
Yeah.
people break horses differently. I just had my routine, what I would do, and it worked for me
That's
most
cool,
of the
though.
time. You get some knuckleheads every once in a while. I had one. I told you about Balaam, didn't
I'm not sure.
I? It was a mule I was trying to break to go for pleasure riding for a trail horse. Meanest animal I think I've been around, but I got on him. He wouldn't move. I beat him. He would not move. I ended up putting a logging chain around his neck and hooked him up to a Massey Ferguson tractor, and I thought I was going to kill him. But I told Buddy,
Now that's stubborn.
I said, well, I was on his back. I said, you go till I tell you to stop. He was locked down with his neck out, making trenches in the ground with his hooves, with that tractor pulling him.
Wow.
And eventually, he finally started walking. But that one, he's one that tried to kill me. He literally tried to kill me, and it didn't work out real well for him.
And his name was what?
Balaam.
Well, no wonder.
Yeah,
with a name like Balaam.
Exactly. So that was his name. And when I finally got him to cross the creek, that was another thing. I had to drag him through the creek. I had to get the tractor around to the other side and drag him through the creek. He wouldn't go through the water. And I finally got him to where he would walk through the water. But I thought I had him fixed, for trail riding. Took him out on the main trails, and he took off. There were two big pine trees. There was enough room for him to go between. And it would have taken my legs off. I mean, it was enough room for him to go through.
Man.
And he's running, and I thought, what do I do? Jump off or what? And right before he got to those trees, I grabbed the reins and jerked his head around sideways, and he slammed outside of his head, hit that tree. I thought he'd killed him. I rolled through the trees. Fortunately, I went through, but he didn't go through. His head hit one tree, and the back of him hit the other tree. Flipped him around.
Great.
And he hit the ground. He was on the ground. And when he came to, he got up, and I slapped the crap out of him. I mean, hard. I never had another problem with that horse or mule. But nobody else could ride him. I was the only one that could ride him.
So he couldn't do the trail rides unless you were on his back.
No, I think he ended up at the glue factory.
Next.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many horses do they typically have down at the ranch? They do the trail rides. How many do they keep on hand typically back in the day you were there?
Back in the day, I'd say they're about 40.
Okay.
Somewhere around in there. 35, 40 horses.
Did you ever ride in a rodeo?
Oh, yeah.
So what did you just ride horses, or did you ride other
I
things
used
as
to ride
well?
bulls.
Man. Okay, I didn't know this. So
You didn't know that?
no, I didn't know you. I don't remember us. Man, I could have forgotten, but I don't remember that you told me you rode the bull.
Yeah, my senior year in high school, I got into. I mean, it was just a natural progression of things. I used to run out and jump on cows out in the field till how long it could stay on them, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, I started riding bulls, and I was steer wrestling was another event that I did. Loved that. Never got into roping. And you'd think I would have, been a bronc rider, but I don't know that it didn't. It's like it wasn't a challenge to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could have probably been a really good bronc rider, but I just didn't do it. But I loved riding them bulls, man. There ain't nothing like strapping yourself to a 2,000-pound bull that wants to kill you.
So, and they have a name like Damien or something.
Diablo.
Diablo, or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that among, because you're supposed to ride 8 seconds? Is that like the most adrenaline rush 8 seconds you could do in life, is to be atop an animal like that wants to kill you?
It's a good one. I'll put it that way. It's a good one. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
And it was
and maybe it escalates a little bit when he does buck you off and then he turns and comes at you. That's got to be.
I'm telling you, the rodeo clowns are your best friend.
Yeah.
I've had them save me numerous times. Sometimes they couldn't get to me in time. I've been thrown around. I'm gonna tell you what. One of them bulls toss you up in there like a rag doll. I mean, those things are so strong. You don't realize how strong they are. They got muscles in their eyebrows, dude. I'm serious. You can grab a bull right here by his eyebrow, and it's muscle.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Well, they could do damage to like a car, man. They can run into a car.
Damage to anything.
I mean, they're so big and massive, man. Crazy.
My grandfather used to tell me a story about an old bull they had. He got loose. Every time a train, they lived close to the train tracks. Every time a train would come by, that bull would run, and finally he got loose, got out on the train tracks, and he was no longer a bull. He hit that train head on. He thought he was going to take that train off.
Wow.
That's the way they are.
The conductor felt like, okay, what you got?
Yeah.
I've never been around the bulls. I've been around some horses and stuff, but except for bulls that were in the, the farm, but not like the rodeo. When I did the rodeo, it was just horses and stuff.
Right.
They didn't have that, but they had some other things there, but we weren't like dealing with bulls. So crazy, man. I can't imagine it.
Men used to do barrel racing. It's basically a women's sport now.
Yeah.
Barrel racing is. But I remember that's something that I wanted to do, was barrel racing, and my dad was like, no.
There's a farm that I want to go to, and the wife, she does barrel racing. She does competitive barrel racing.
Right.
I'm trying to get them on the show. It's just, they're so busy, but we may have to go to them and just do some interviews down there. But,
I'd love to. That'd bring back a lot of memories. Because I guess from the time I was 3 up until 20, I was engaged. I was around animals a lot, but from 20 up, I haven't done anything.
Can you imagine how sore a person would be that rides the circuit? I mean, like they go from rodeo to rodeo each week. I mean, those cowboys and stuff. I mean, because you got to have.
You get used to it after a while. You're not that sore. But I mean, think about going on a trail ride. You get off, you can't hardly walk. I mean, you would be surprised how sore you can get. That's why they call it saddle sore. People get off. See them guys walk.
Yeah, they're walking.
That's the reason why they're walking that way.
That's why you don't want to ride bareback if at all. Well, it's not good for the animal, but it's not good for you either.
I used to ride bareback a lot.
Yeah.
But not on, long rides or anything like that. But I used to have a horse named Blue Boy. And I think I've told you about Blue Boy.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was white. And the reason why he was named Blue Boy is his skin was a darker color, and the darker color coming through that white made it look blue. He had a blue tint. But I used to play Lone Ranger on Blue Boy. I could stand him up. He'd walk on his back legs. And he was a fun horse. That's probably the first horse I ever really trained was him.
What's your thoughts on a lot of controversy in our area, especially up in Tennessee, and places like that. Those people who what they do to get the horses to do the
Talking about Tennessee walking horses.
yes, because there's a
I
lot of
never-
controversy about that.
I never agreed with what they do. It's painful to the horse.
Yeah,
You know, some of the things, you know, show horses, they want the tail to be up, so they'd take ginger and stick it up their butt, you know, to make the horse raise its tail so it'd be pretty and flow, you know. A lot of different things, you know, in horse shows. But
that's horrible.
you know, that's what we trained them. That's what I trained horses for, was to show. They're 3 and 5 gated horses.
Yeah,
So you have to, you know, teach them how to rack. You know, it's a racking horse is an amazing. You talk about a good trail horse. People don't realize when a horse canters or, you know, gallops, whatever. If canter is a slower run, but you can be rough when they start trotting. You know, you can, if you don't know what you're doing, you can bounce all over them. Well, a racking horse, when you set a racking horse up, they shuffle their feet. And it's just, that's how you feel right here. You're just you're moving side to side the way that they go, as opposed to doing this, you know. And racking horses, some of them speed racking horses, they can rack faster than most horses can run. They can get to moving.
Did a horse that you had worked with a lot, would they just automatically come to you to voice command or whistle or something like that?
Yeah.
Because you built the trust and they would.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Now, you know, some animals are different. You know, like I told you about Clyde. I believe I told you the story about Clyde.
Yeah.
You know, I walked out there that morning, the ground was frozen, and just beat on a can. And I thought an earthquake was happening when he came around. Man, he was a big boy. And that was one I had to ride bareback.
Yeah.
There ain't no saddle fit that horse.
How long did those trail rides typically last out there? Was it like an
About
hour or
3
2
hours.
hours? 3 hours?
Yeah. About
And
3 hours.
both sides of the highway?
Yep.
Is there different trails or is it just one big trail?
Oh, there's all kinds of trails. There's all kinds of trails. There's foot trails, horse trails.
But I mean, when you rented like a horse and did you like give them a map or you went with them? It was a guided tour?
You had a guide.
You had a guide,
I used to
okay.
guide them through the park. But you know, back then there were no ATVs or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, and they still don't allow those. in
Well,
the
I'm
park,
glad they don't.
best
I
of
don't.
my knowledge.
I don't want the trails tore up
No.
because they
That's
will
what
tear the trails up.
Oh yeah.
It'd be neat if you could like go to the museum and tie up the horse and then go in and do that and then come back and ride the horse. That would be cool. But
Yeah.
that's neat. I see them all the time.
Well, you used to see hitching posts around, but you know, you don't see hitching posts anymore.
Yeah. Well, unless you're in Amish country.
True.
I've been to what's the Longhorn Steakhouse in Ohio? I don't remember what town.
Right.
And that was the first time I'd ever seen a hitching post in front of a store. And there was a Walmart, I think, right there. And it was made to be that. I mean, like it was made to have, actually they could accommodate many.
Right.
And there was a wagon that was a couple of wagons that were tied up there. And we went in, there was 2 young couples. And I guess they were, sparking, going out for dinner or
Right.
something.
Right.
I didn't know they went to Longhorn, but that was pretty cool. But I was like, Lynn was like, "What's that?" I was, well, that's a hitching post. Like I've never seen it before, except on TV. I've never been anywhere where they had them, but pretty cool.
They used to have a wagon train down through Alabama back in the day. They might still have it. I'm not really sure. But we used to go to that every year when I was a kid. I used to love getting, right. They had a lot of the old chuck wagons, that you'd pull, but we would just ride our horses. But it's just a big, long convoy. So
I know they've done some down in Georgia because I know some people's been involved with those. So I think
Right.
those still go on. That's a big deal. I have, we worked with a guy, you would remember him, who was actually in the presidential inauguration parade for Ronald Reagan.
Oh, wow.
And he took mules, and he told us all about it, and he was as country could be.
Right.
and I don't think he was too impressed with some of those folks up there.
I'll tell you what. The only thing I don't like about driving a wagon like that, them horses get gas. I'd rather be on top of one than behind one. You know what I mean?
So it could get pretty rank.
Did you ever see that Seinfeld episode where Kramer was driving the horse-drawn carriage?
I don't think so.
The horse's name was Rusty, and he had gas. And he was Rusty. it was hilarious. Them things, yeah, they can.
They get.
You'd be surprised the wind they can cut. I showed you that video. It's a Bud Light video.
Oh yeah.
The band Bud Light.
Yeah.
Man, that's the funniest thing I believe I've ever seen in my life. If you guys have never seen it, just search up band Bud Light videos, and it's probably the first one that'll pop up. It's a guy and a gal and a sleigh pulled by a horse, and the whole thing is hilarious. I mean, it's hilarious. But
I love it, man. That's cool.
All right, you're gonna have to excuse me for just a second.
Biscuit Boy stepping out.
Yeah, as usual. You know,
He actually set a record, I think, for time in the chair.
I might have.
It's like 36 minutes.
Yeah.
That Biscuit Boy stayed in place. Well, I just want to say, thanks for again, and all those that are stopping by. Don't know my wife. I lost her this week. Been a tough week. It's good to be back on the air, and pray for us as we continue to grieve and recover and get used to a new normal we didn't want. But it is what it is, as everybody says today. And appreciate all my friends and family. We were off the air for several days because everybody that was associated was helping me, and so we did shut down for several days. But we're amping back up. Got to move on, and my wife would want that. But every show is dedicated to her now. So just pray for us and pray for our family as we continue to work through our time, however long that time takes, and maybe the rest of our lives to be, grieving that. But God just blessed in many, many ways and continues to do that. And we just continue to run into people that are such a blessing, and we appreciate it. This is the Cornbread Man and Biscuit Boy morning show. If you've never been here, each and every Saturday morning, we do a morning show through the week. But this is that's the Cornbread Man morning show. This is the Cornbread Man and Biscuit Boy morning show. In the morning, we'll be up with Sunday morning in the Word, and then we'll probably do something in the afternoon. I get to go back to church. I've not been able to go with, so we represent me and my granddaughter, and in spirit will be my wife, and looking forward to being back. It's going to be hard to walk in, not because the church is. We haven't been there together, and we won't be able to go there together again.
It's been a long time since you've been to
a bit.
church.
I went for a good while. She just wasn't able to go,
Right.
and then we weren't able to go at all. But I want to give a shout out to my man Stan the man, who Chambers, who has just done so much. He, by the way, did a great job with that service.
Yes, he did.
It was the simplicity of truth. Sometimes people try to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to try to, the word is straight on. Don't try to, and that's what he did. He just broke it down in such a way that everybody could be blessed by that. It was so good. I just loved that. And good length, and it was, just great. And I'll never forget it, man. It was really, really cool.
Yep.
And we hadn't talked. I had no idea where he was going. He just asked me what Lynn's favorite scriptures were, and I told him. And then next thing, then we preached it. So it was, it was wonderful. Even though it was hard, it was wonderful.
Yeah, he said that he didn't know if he was going to be able to make it through it.
Yeah, and I've never seen him. I've never seen him like that.
Yep.
He loved Lynn so very much.
Did. And if anybody that ever met Lynn loved her, I mean, that's just the way she was.
She definitely had that effect, and I appreciate those who've been following my page. I've been trying to tell little stories and stuff. I figure people they wouldn't know because they weren't there.
Right.
So I've been trying to tell a daily or every other day tale about Lynn, Life with Lynn, I call it, and or Life with Lenny, because I call her Lenny a lot.
Right.
And anyway, just funny stories of stuff that happened along the way.
I like the one that you told about Mississippi.
Yeah, man, that
Her laughing at you when the
man,
rod fell.
oh my gosh, I hung that suit up there and I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, I have broke the church's thing here, and I'm like, I gotta fix this,
Right.
and it wasn't wanting to work. You know how it is. I was working with tools. I didn't have the right tool. I'm trying to fix all this, and she's back there just dying laughing, already in bed, and I'm going, it's not funny, and she just laughed louder, and I'm like, it's not funny. And we just went back and forth. And what it was, we were so tired, she was just worn out. And but she just said it was so funny because what I did, I hung the suit up there and I said, this looks sturdy enough. And I hung it up there and I stepped back and I said, that'll be all right. And it all came crashing down, man, at that moment. Just killed her. And I'm sitting here like, no. And she's laughing. And then we got 3 hours sleep, got up, minister all day. But thankfully that night we were staying the night, and we left the next day. That was the trip. I believe I went back up through Mississippi so that I could have come across, but I came back. I wanted to go to Shiloh Battlefield.
Right.
And so we did that on the way back. So that was very moving and stuff. So, but yeah, little stories like that, because, you go out like this, like trips you guys take, you and your wife. Yeah. There are things that happen, and, it's, people want to hear stuff like that, because they weren't there, and that's somebody they care about. And it's, it's got a little funny thing to it. But we had such a long trip. I left out of that story. We had to stop outside of Memphis and get gas. And let me tell you, I probably pushed it a little too far, and it was late.
Right. So
there wasn't a lot of things open. And I'll just say that's the sketchiest gas station I've ever been in my life. And we were both worried. Like, I had to have gas, but I'm going to tell you, that parking lot was covered up with people that did not like us. We'll just say that.
Right.
And I couldn't pay at the pump. I had to go inside. So I'm like, lock all the doors. I put her in the driver's seat. Like, if anything goes down, run over and through anything that gets in your way and get out of here and go get help. It was that bad, dude. I mean, I was like, what in the world?
I've been to some of them where I stand with my pistol in my hand while I'm filling up.
It's like the gas handle in one, the pistol in the other.
Stand there. Yeah.
Have you ever saw that video where the idiots are going to come up and rob this guy or whatever, and he takes the gas and just starts spraying them and inside their van? Dude, I love that. I love that. Like, yeah, get you some of this.
Realize you've got a weapon in your hand as far as the gas.
That's right.
Goes. You can get your lighter out of your pocket. Hey,
it's a good day to die.
You won't be toasty here, bud.
Burning alive. Thinking of what was that disco song? Oh my gosh, I can't.
Staying alive.
Well, not staying alive, but that would go good with it. But oh man, I can't even think of it now. But that would be.
Yeah, I'm not big on disco too much.
You never had the unbuttoned shirt with a gold medallion hanging down and.
Tried the Italian horn one time, but I don't have any hair on my chest. The grass don't grow on a playground.
Disco.
That's what my wife says anyway.
You're gonna be in trouble here. You start throwing her out and saying stuff, she'll be like,
well, I don't say that. Anyway.
Well, most people don't know that might be listening might not know who she is, but still, you get in trouble when you get home.
She watches every show.
Yeah.
She might not watch it live, but she goes back.
Hell yeah. Well, you got to see what we're doing.
She's doing her own live thing this morning.
Yeah.
But
well, that's cool. And best wishes on continued success with the company.
You could turn one of those gas nozzles into a flamethrower.
You could. Absolutely.
Just light it. It'll keep going.
It reminds me of that the MASH episode where Klinger's trying to get out again, and he's acting like he's pouring gasoline in. He has the water. I'll pour this on me, and they switch it.
Right.
He has gas. He just got water in there. So they switch it, and he pours it on himself. He's like, nobody let him match,
Yeah. Stay away.
Because he was always faking. He didn't want to die or anything.
Well,
and then he ends up staying. At the end of it, he ends up staying in the country.
Looking at that fire underneath right there. Have you ever put gasoline to start a fire? You ever use gasoline to start a fire?
I have.
I have as well.
And I've had some crazy results.
I've used a lot of flammable stuff to start fires. We had this stuff. I might have told you this story before, but the first house that I ever bought, the fireplace, I guess nobody had ever used it. I don't know. But when I built a fire and it smoked, just the chimney was stuck. The flume was open, but there was something blocking the chimney. And so I thought, well, I'll put a little, excuse me. I got something in my throat. Must have swallowed a bug. But anyway, I figured, I'd put a little something on there and the flames go up and catch whatever's up in there on fire.
Yeah.
And burn it all out, and well, it didn't work that way.
It didn't work.
I sprayed this stuff. It's called acetone.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I didn't realize how flammable acetone is. I just knew that it was flammable. I didn't know how flammable it really was. So I just saturated these logs with that stuff. I had one of those, the matches, that are about that long.
Yeah.
Dude, I lit one of them things. I didn't even get to the wood. I mean, ignited, came out, singed my eyebrows. I had a mustache, I had to shave everything off. Fortunately, it didn't catch my hair on fire. But right above the fireplace, now this is in wintertime and everything's frozen outside. Well, I had raked a bunch of leaves up onto the patio and the back about a week earlier. Didn't, get them up or anything. I just got them out of the yard. And above the fireplace was one of those old timey whisk brooms, you know what I mean? Where you take stuff tied together, Well, it caught on fire. So I grabbed that thing and it's flaming pretty good. And I go out the side door, open the side door, and I don't even look. I just toss that thing out. Well, it lands right in the middle of those leaves, and the leaves catch on fire. So I've got a bonfire going right outside the house. I was afraid the house is going to catch on fire, and I go to get the water hose to spray it, and it's frozen. So I end up getting a pitcher and just, water from the kitchen going, and I finally get that put out. Never did that again.
I would hope not.
Not in the house anyway.
Did at the end of it, did you just have this draining moment? You're like, my gosh, what just happened?
Yeah, especially when you go look in the mirror, and your whole face is singed. You're bright red,
It's like note to self: never do this again.
Exactly.
Hey, Brent. Good morning to you, brother.
Good morning, Brent.
Praying for your recovery from surgery and getting back going with horsepower, coffee, and other things.
Most definitely.
Matter of fact, I have some of the teas in the fridge down here in the studio, and I think I still have. Yes, I still have the kicking strawberry.
I love that stuff, man.
I'm gonna have to get some more of it.
Yeah,
So that's the one that I still have left. That's the only one I have left. I've been showing it on the shows from time to time. So very good though, man.
Have we got a way to show people how to order that from Brent? Horsepower Coffee. Just look them up. Horsepower Coffee.
Yeah, you can go to Facebook.
Horsepower Energy Drink.
Yeah, Horsepower Coffee, and contact them from there, and they can help you with that. So
good stuff.
Good people, man. Good people.
Yep.
He's went through surgery, and I went through a death in the family, and we've had a rough few weeks, man. I mean, it's it's been
But
tough.
we're here.
But we're here. Praise God, we're here. And we thank God for it. Link is in our bio.
There you go.
So there you go. Horsepower Coffee. You can't miss it. I think he's on more. I think you're on TikTok too, right? Or Instagram, maybe both of them. But I know the Facebook is there. So really easy process, easy peasy, and get you some ordered. And it's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
I want to tell you that and this is also, I've drank a lot of energy drinks, and the strawberry horsepower is the best I've ever had, hands down.
Oh yeah,
hands down.
Oh yeah,
it is the best.
I'm gonna have to order some more.
And it tastes just like strawberry juice. I mean, that's what it tastes like, is strawberry juice.
Yeah. Well, it's real strawberry.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Really good.
Y'all got a good thing going, man. We want to help you along the ride. I mean, that's what we have our coffee here, but we don't do anything else, and we want to help you on the ride and just help another brother out there.
Always
so our tie into racing, your tie into racing, and everything. And Brent's still got to come off the. He's got to come on the show when he gets better, because he's got a heck of a story to tell, and I definitely want to do that. He said we're kicking off our partnership with the Owen Hart Foundation.
Oh wow!
Today. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So go on Horsepower Coffee.
I'll tell you what, that was so tragic.
Yeah.
When Owen fell. I mean, that those guys, they do some crazy stuff. I mean, they used to anyway. They're not as crazy as they used to be, like Cactus Jack going, all the way through the cage to the floor and landing on
we got to kick our wrestling show off again.
Yeah.
I've been following some older wrestlers and stuff, and I am so itching to get the show going again.
That's awesome.
His wife personally messaged us. Cool. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Have you met Brett yet?
Bret Hart?
His brother, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll always go down in history as far as in the WWE as the screw job, with him and Bret Michaels.
I only ever went to one wrestling match in my life, but I've seen on TV and stuff, the Harry Thornton wrestling and all that. And I've seen the WrestleManias and stuff, and the Hulkster and all that.
You got an interesting story about Harry Thornton, but go ahead.
I think everybody, if you ever met Harry Thornton, you probably had an interesting story. Unfortunately,
my dad
his wife was not talking
teeth
to him. I just became friends with Snitsky, if you remember him. Snitsky.
Yes. Yeah, I remember Snitsky. Sure enough, he's a big boy, too.
Awesome.
Yeah, my dad was at a get-together. My dad was vice president of the Chattanooga Times, and he was at a get-together, put it that way, of some local, people, personalities. Harry was there, and apparently he and my dad didn't care too much for each other. Some words were said. My dad took a couple of his teeth out. My dad was a scrapper.
Send him some of the coffee to try. He loves it.
Good.
Yay.
But I will tell you what, everybody will. If you try it, you're going to like it.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Awesome stuff. But yeah, I want to have a little wrestling kind of talk show and just talk about some of the history and talk about wrestling news and stuff, and people's memories of going to certain events and who their favorite wrestler was. And my grandfather was Baptist pastor, loved wrestling. He died when I was 5. I'm telling you, those memories are vivid, man. Yeah. We watched a lot of Saturday night and Sunday afternoon wrestling, man. I'm telling you.
My grandfather did too.
He loved it. And you didn't tell him no fake wrestling, man. He'd get on you.
You know who my favorite wrestler was when I was a kid?
Don't know.
Tojo Yamamoto.
Well, that was probably mine at the time.
Yep.
And I saw him live in Chattanooga at the Memorial Auditorium.
I got to meet him one time, yeah.
Wow.
He was my hero. He was my favorite wrestler.
Now later on, I don't remember the guy's name, the guy that used to put the sleeper on, that was his finishing move. Basically, it was a sleeper.
Right.
I can't remember his name. I liked him when I was young.
Oh, there were There were a bunch of them, like Junkyard Dog.
Oh yeah. Was you ever into like Steve? What was his name? Austin. What was his name?
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold. Yeah. I was thinking Steve Austin, but that was $6 Million Man. But
No, that was his name.
Oh, was
for a
his name?
while,
Okay.
yeah, Steve Austin. Yeah. But yeah, Austin 316. I never agreed with that. I didn't like the way that they. Yeah, Sabu. Boy, he was a tough one.
Oh yeah.
Taz was he was short lived, but he was good when he first started out. Taz was. But I guess, as far as wrestling goes, as of late, well, Goldberg obviously was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
When he was WCW. But I always liked Big Show.
Big Show.
Yeah. I don't think they ever utilized him to his full potential. I don't think it was ever seen.
That was when I did the security at the event. I was basically guarding wrestler parking lot, and he had his bus there, and so I got to see him come back out. He was already inside when I got there, but I got to see him come out after.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Or Draws, the guy who got paralyzed by Below Brown.
Yeah, I never saw that one. I know D'Lo was a tough guy. There was a bunch of tough guys.
How come I don't know the story? How come he got paralyzed? Was it a bad move, or was it something outside of wrestling?
I don't know.
Brent, what happened there? Well, he said by D'Lo, like, if you don't do those moves right, your life could be over.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah. When Goldberg first started, nobody wanted to wrestle him because he was green, but he was so strong, and he was able to do a lot of different things. He was very agile and very strong, but I've seen some moves, people like jumping off the top rope and stuff, and they slip. Well, a good wrestler will grab stop and make it look like it worked.
Yeah.
But I've seen some of them just watch them fall.
Oh man, that's horrible. That is absolutely horrible.
Slammed him wrong on live television. Wow.
Life changer right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It only takes 7.5 pounds of pressure to break somebody's neck.
Yeah.
Somebody's neck, your neck's easy.
So is that the most dangerous move? Is it the pile driver? Is that what they call it? Where you're fully up, and their
knees are
supposed to hold
catch
you
your shoulders.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to hit your head, but there have been times when the head has been hit and the neck driven back.
Don't even get me started on New Jack. I've had words with him on Facebook over 2 years.
I don't remember New Jack.
I don't think I do. Wow.
But if he was a professional wrestler, Brent, you must be a pretty big boy.
Before he passed, that is.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's I remember Robert was into wrestling at one time, and a couple other guys I knew. He did pretty good at it. He had a pretty good stick, but he went up to I think it was I have the city wrong, but Jasper.
Right.
You go into Jasper, do anything, you better be ready for some country boy. But he was wrestling a guy who was a lot younger than him, and the guy basically, let's just say he got hurt, but he was able to walk away from it. But I think that's the moment he decided, I think I'm done. You know, because it hurt so bad.
I couldn't wrestle.
Yeah,
I couldn't wear them little tights. I look goofy. I mean, I look like a Bartlett pear with a rubber band wrapped around it. You know what I mean?
Is there not something? I mean, do you have to wear the tights, or is there? Could you wear some? I don't know.
In my younger days, I could have done something, but I've always, I was crippled when I was born, and I've always had small legs. My legs have never. I mean, I could squat 650 pounds. But my legs were just, my arms are almost as big as my legs.
Yeah.
And I just didn't look right. and those things. And no matter what I did, I could never get my legs to develop, like other people, that, were kind of into bodybuilding and stuff.
It seems like I remember something about that, Brent. I don't know if I remember the.
You guys remember the mass transit incident where he almost, no, I don't
Seems
remember.
like I kind of remember that. When you get time, look up New Jack from ECW. Ain't the ECW the ones that would do like jump on barbed wire and crap?
Yeah, it was Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, I saw some of their stuff.
Yeah, they got pretty crazy. Sabu was him and Cactus Jack. They were hardcore. They were a couple of hardcores, but there were some hardcore wrestlers that came out that they didn't make it in the big time. But the Dudley Boys, I think the Dudley Boys started at ECW. They were ECW tag team champs, and that's where the Dudley Boys came from. You remember the Dudley Boys?
I'm not sure that I remember them.
They were pretty good.
Fun fact: Sandman still wrestles.
Wow, he's got to be 70. At least.
Well, our hour has come and gone.
Really?
First show, we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back with something else. But
Right.
Enjoy the wrestling talk. Give us a few minutes. We'll come back with Wolf Nation show or something, or Southern Talk or something.
We'll do something.
But for this show, it's meant to be an hour, no more. And we appreciate you coming by. We have broke that rule before, but
We have.
we'll
As a rule, it's an hour.
as a rule, it's an hour. So enjoy the talk, man. And we're gonna get that wrestling show going.
Oh yeah.
Me and Jake had done one, and I've still got the background and all that. And every time I see it in the stack of stuff, I'm like, God, I got to get, because people love that, man. There are so many millions of fans of wrestling, or have been fans.
Yeah.
And like I said, even
We
though
need to have Brent on here. Apparently, he's got the inroad
he's
to the
got
wrestlers.
some stories, so yeah. And we could be the wrestling show sponsored by Horsepower Coffee.
There you go.
Think about it, brother. We could do it, man.
That's right.
What's a good wrestling voice? You could do the Hulkster, I guess, on that one,
Keep it rocking, brother.
Or what's the guy, the Macho Man?
Oh yeah. Snap into a slim Jim. I can't do Macho Man. He's something else.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Peace.